This episode of Destructoid is brought to you by Squarespace.
Coming up on Destructoid, we've got the Wii U, we've got Bugs, Jetpacks, Catherine, and Duke Nukem. Destructoid.
Welcome to Destructoid. I'm Tara Long.
Yes, you are. And I'm Max Scoville.
Happy Wednesday. It feels so good to be back here.
It's good. Unfortunately, I've become infected with the T virus or the nerd flu or whatever it is you get at E3. I think it's because one of those really unsanitary people from IGN like sneezed in my Red Bull or something.
Probably. I heard Jessica.
I don't want to name names, but it was Jessica Chobot. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of sick things, Jim's review of Duke Nukem Forever went up, and he gave it a 2 out of 10. It's got a 56 on Metacritic. I haven't had a chance to pick up the full game yet, only the demo I played back in February, and I feel like I should comment on it because I've been hyping it up so much. The game's been in the works for well over a decade, and it was canceled for a brief period and brought back from the grave, and Gearbox, hyped the hell out of it. Randy Pitchford jumped up and down, everyone got excited. The amount of hype riding on it, of course it's going to disappoint people. I mean, in my preview, I hyped the game up too because I've been eagerly looking forward to it. However, after reading Jim's impressions and the Ars Technica review by the ever-eloquent Ben Kuchera, I just feel stupid and ashamed of myself. But, guess what? I'm a Duke Nukem fan. Fuck it, I don't know. I mean, the game might be an embarrassment, but my inner 13-year-old still wants to play it. Put it this way. It's like that guy in middle school who you thought was really cool, like your buddy, who you looked up to, you thought he was awesome. You had a great time together, and you lost touch with him. You went to high school, a different place, didn't talk to him for a while. College comes around, he Facebooks you, and he's like, yo, bro, I want to be in town. You're like, oh, awesome. It's fucking Tucker, or whatever his name is. He shows up, you bring him to a party, and he's just obnoxious, and he embarrasses you in front of your friends, and he's like making Chuck Norris jokes, and just like grabbing asses, and all your friends are like, who is this asshole? And you're like, you're just embarrassed, and you're angry at yourself for thinking he was cool in the first place, but at the same time, you can't disagree with your former self unless you have a time machine. I'm painting myself into a corner here.
He's probably a sex offender too. Just
I can't defend Duke Nukem Forever as a game, but as a piece of pop culture, it's fascinating. I mean, Coachella might have the good bands, but Woodstock '99 is a lot more fun to read up on. Anyway, guy with blue poop on YouTube wrote, Max, I demand you talk about how Bulletstorm was way better than Duke Nukem Forever and how you were wrong. And if this is too much to ask, you must show us your tits next episode. Many of your viewers have been wanting to see your sweet tits for a while now. I can't compare the game to Bulletstorm. I mean, Bulletstorm was, inarguably a better game. But I don't know, it didn't make much of a splash. I haven't heard people talking about it for a while. Yeah, you know what's better than Duke Nukem Forever? Barbie Horse Adventure. That's got a better rating on Metacritic.
That was a sleeper hit of 2003.
Yes, it was, Tara. Anyway, as for my sweet, sweet tits, you gotta buy me dinner first. Or press space bar and hand out 20 bucks.
I've bought you dinner before, Max.
You bought me Quiznos.
Where are your tits?
Get out of here, woman.
Okay, did you actually hear about the Twitter PR controversy surrounding Duke Nukem?
I did, but elucidate our fine viewers at home.
So this PR firm called the Redner Group that's been publicizing the release of Duke Nukem Forever, apparently after reading all the horrible reviews on the game, they responded on Twitter by saying, too many went too far with their reviews. We are reviewing who gets games next time and who doesn't based on today's venom. Seeing as how Jim Sterling called the game a, quote, festering irrelevance with nothing to offer the world, I doubt we'll be receiving too many review copies from it in the future. Thankfully, 2K Games stepped up and responded to the controversy by saying, quote, 2K Games does not endorse the comments made by Jim Redner, and we can confirm that the Redner Group no longer represents our products. We have always maintained a mutually respectful working relationship with the press and do not condone his actions in any way. Take that, shady PR flax.
You know what, I think this is very, very sneaky counter-meta PR, and that they were gonna part ways with the Redner Group anyway, so they had them do this as one last effort, and then they fired them. And who looks like the champion for journalism and freedom and truth? 2K Games does.
Do they though? It still
I don't know. I'm
badly.
grasping at straws here. I thought it was interesting, but they're looking for a new PR guy who's good at hyping Duke Nukem. Anyway. Speaking of good games, way back before E3, I told you guys about the preview I did for Other Ocean's New War, the Worlds game, and guess what? Patrick Stewart is going to do the narration, so that's cool. We've got a couple of screenshots to show off. These are still images, and they are a little bit bland. Not much to show there, but I assure you, this game looks much better and more interesting in action. Pretty cool game. And while we're on the subject of alien invasions, Earth Defense Force Insect Armageddon has just gone gold, as in it's finished. The game is set to go on sale July 5th on 360 and PS3. I got to play this last year. It's pretty cool. Reminded me of Tribes 2. You got different armor classes and loadouts, and you just run around in a big world blowing shit up. You get jetpacks. In this case, the shit you blow up is bugs. There are a couple of pre-order bonuses you can look at and be apprehensive about where you actually purchase the game. Best Buy has got the Death from Above Jet Armor Supply Pack, which gives you 15 of the biggest weapons in a single airdrop. And GameStop's got Pounds of Pain, which is a battle armor weapons pack with 15 weapons designed to bury the enemy underground. I have no idea what any of that means, but here's what's important. It's a game about killing bugs. There are over 300 weapons, and it costs $40. You can play co-op online with 2 friends, and you get jetpacks.
Jetpacks? Sign me up immediately! No?
Yeah, okay. Anyway.
Okay.
Your turn. Go nuts.
Why don't we talk about the Wii U for a second?
Oh,
I'm
good
so
idea,
sick
yeah.
of
That sounds
talking
like
about
fun.
PS3s and X's, boxes. Okay, so everything I've seen makes the Wii U look like some sort of futuristic, family-friendly cyber-sex device, which sounds enticing enough on its own, except Nintendo just revealed today that it won't play DVDs or Blu-rays. This is sad news for any of you still paying money for physical copies of movies, but chances are you've probably got a DVD player elsewhere in your house anyway.
I have one hidden away in the laundry room so that burglars cannot take it.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
We also just found out this morning that Nintendo went ahead and registered a bunch of potential domain names relating to the Wii U, including some ridiculous sounding ones like the WiiU Zapper, which I really hope is a game where you kill houseflies. Other more predictable domains were also registered, like WiiSportsU.com and KirbyWii.com, along with WiiWearU.com.
You know, I think that the WiiWearU and this Wii Sports U, they're just like the Japanese pronunciation phoneticized. You know, Wii Sports U.
I don't think you know how to speak the Japanese language.
I think I do better than you do. I think I do okay.
What's the
Regardless,
word for...
why couldn't they have called it the Wii 2? What's wrong with that? Why Wii U?
Wii U is like Wii 2.
Wii U, you look just like Buddy Holly.
Okay, anyway, there's a full list up at Destructoid.com if for some reason you're interested in all the domain names, but all of those links, they redirect back to the Nintendo homepage anyway, so...
Speaking of redirecting, why don't you redirect to our word from our sponsors?
I will do that. Squarespace is the fastest and easiest way to create a high-quality blog, portfolio, or any kind of website. If you have questions or need help, Squarespace provides every member with amazing support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Start your website or blog by choosing from over 60 professionally designed templates, customize it, and then add content from your computer, iPhone, or iPad. Squarespace's mobile apps will even allow you to add entries and manage comments from anywhere. Many of the internet's highest traffic web pages are powered by Squarespace, not to mention many of the personal pages of Revision 3 hosts and personality, including Mr. Max Scoville here.
I'm a web designer.
Not really. Check out squarespace.com/Destructoid to get a 2-week free trial and learn more. Back to the show. So at this year's pre-E3 press conferences, you may remember that EA talked about this new thing they're doing called Origin, which is basically going to be their version of Steam. Now, as I said earlier in the show, I am all for digital distribution, and I think Valve in particular has done a great job of showing how well that process can work if done properly. Unfortunately, now that there's more competitors in the mix, we're going to start seeing a lot more exclusive games being released on only a single online platform. In fact, it was reported this morning that EA pulled Crysis 2 from Steam, but after contacting EA themselves, GameFront.com reported that EA had nothing to do with the takedown, apparently. According to them, quote, Crytek has an agreement with another download service which violates the new rules from Steam and resulted in its expulsion of Crysis 2 from Steam. Alice Madness Returns also got released this week and is purported to be an Origin exclusive until June 17th, although I did see it available for purchase on Impulse, which is another downloading games website thing, this morning, so who knows. EA is also reportedly planning on making Star Wars The Old Republic an Origin exclusive as well. So that kind of is annoying,
They're reinventing
right?
the wheel.
Yeah.
Steam is a fantastic service, and this
It
just
is.
seems stupid. Anyway, one game that is definitely not going to be available on Origin is Atlas's Catherine. Dale put up his big fancy preview of the Japanese version of the game when it first got released in Japan back in March, and just today he put up his thoughts on the English localization, which is slated for release at the end of July. Now, between the scandalous marketing and the game's utter Japanese weirdness, I think it's pretty easy to be confused about what the hell this game is about, so I'm going to go over a few of Dale's bullet points. Catherine is not a sex game, but a puzzle game.
Boo.
Catherine is a difficult game, and it has a great story. That sounds unbearable. Now, as a serious journalist, it very much pains me to do this, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to make a retraction. Previously, in regards to this game, I stated, I'm going to masturbate furiously to this game. However, after reading Mr. North's comments on it, I believe it would be more accurate of me to say that I am going to furiously masturbate to this game.
What is the difference?
Well, I'm going to be very upset that instead of a shameless and idiotic porn game that I was expecting, I'm going to be playing a smart, difficult, and tits-free puzzle game. So I'll be pleasuring myself out of rage more than anything else.
They should really warn you if a game is going to be tits-free, you know?
It's fucked up in this day and age.
It is fucked up.
Yeah.
I want to know
when is the
whether or not they're
ESRB
going
to get on this? Like, when are they going to have like a special sticker? Like
More research
like
must be done.
a holographic boob that's just stuck on there to know that there is tits in a game. Is there tits in this game? I will have to find out because there's no helpful sticker on it.
Did we talk about this game?
Did we talk about that game?
This was given to us by Raymond Tio. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. He sent us a review copy of Toby's Vertical Adventure with a little pin inside. Very cute. So we're going to check this game out. Tell you guys what we think.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
thingies.
you guys may remember our videos of Fruit Ninja Connect that we put up during E3.
Now it's your turn to look stupid.
The people over at Half Brick were nice enough to give us a signed poster of Fruit Ninja Connect, which, by the way, is printed on very fine quality photo paper. This ain't no, poster shit.
Do you know anyone else who has a Fruit Ninja Connect poster?
Nobody.
Exactly. It could be yours. All you have to do is make a video of you pretending you're doing Fruit Ninja Connect. So put on your imagination caps and pretend that your webcam is a Connect thingy, and then pretend you're like slicing up some fruit with your hands, and then make that a video reply.
And just make it a response to our video.
Yeah.
And we will send you this poster with my hair tie, which probably has DNA on it, so you can clone me.
Yeah. That's a Tara hair tie. So you should follow us on Twitter, Tara Longest, Max Scoville, Detoid Show, and subscribe to us on YouTube. I'm going to go home and drink more Robitussin. I love you guys.
See you guys Friday.